Hey everyone, welcome back. You know the drill. Here's a big room full of snipers.
Don't light a cigarette.
It doesn't matter too much, but I decided to err on the side of caution. Basically, once you get all the stuff out of your way, sheath your sword so that the shield is on your back instead of held in your, I guess it would be in your left hand in this. Either versions can be held in the hand that's facing the archers, and I actually lost my shield on the practice file that way. And then when you're running back, take your sword out so it's on the other side of your body. So just in the event that, well, I also lost my shield because I didn't know where that key was. So I was running around trying to find it. But, you know, just err on the side of caution. If you do get hit by an arrow, it won't burn up your shield.
Now this is a story all about how my life got flipped, turned upside down.
I know exactly what I'm going to put in that part of the video. I'm going to put in some post-production.
Is it by Boy George?
No, but I mean, people watching it will have seen it already.
Alright.
Oh, by the way, this dungeon doesn't really have a chest with a boss key. You basically talk to these guys and they give you the 3 shards of the key and you put them together.
Is it a giant knife?
Yes.
Awesome.
Did you ever get the Goron sword?
I don't think so.
That's the one that doesn't break. Giant's knife will break after 100 hits. And you can still use the little nub of a sword.
And I did.
It does the same damage as the Kokiri sword in the beginning of the game. Yeah, at this point I wasn't sure how much money I would need to buy the bomb bag, so I'm just picking up pretty much any rupees that are not off the beaten trail. I think it's like 120 to get the bomb bag with 30 bombs. But I guess you could probably steal the bomb bag from what's-her-face, the one that does the target practice raft ride. Oh no, you can't because you need to get to Lake Hylia first, and you need to blow up some boulders before then. And I know the other bomb bag you need bombs to get. Water bombs. But of course I don't get either of those. Also, I like how he sort of grinds together his little, his iron knuckles. Not to be confused with the enemy of the same name. And this first part of the fight is a really good example of why you shouldn't take off your iron boots that much during this fight. I have to pretty much wait for him to walk to the other, like, forget about me and walk to the other side of the platform. So I mean, you could probably finish this fight without the iron boots, except for the part where you have to grab them and chuck them into the lava. But the thing is, he'll usually end up right next to you when he does that.
Yep.
So, you might as well just keep the iron boots on, so you don't float off into space.
You wouldn't float off into space, you'd just fall to Earth.
No, you float off into space. Because heavy boots are why, like if you have a pencil on the moon and you let go of it, it'll just float off into space. But the astronauts don't float off into space because they have heavy boots. How many times are we going to reference that thing?
Until he stops wearing heavy boots.
So, I know he wears heavy boots a lot in the next temple. And then I think there are a few temples where he doesn't. He has to use it a couple times in City in the Sky, and then I use it during the Xant fight, because it's this arena. And also the one from Lightbed Temple. Here's one of the things that I don't like about this game, besides the fact that it's really hard to get in front of treasure chests. I don't like that it gives you the slingshot and the bow and arrow. It worked in Ocarina of Time because you would use the slingshot as a kid and the bow and arrow as an adult, and it was pretty much the first temple item you would get in either phase of the game. But it's not really justified in this instance. I don't think it will be in Skyward Sword either, because they're both going to be in that. So here's a neat little trick. If you hold down the Z button as you're aiming, you can move. You can move around. And it doesn't work for me that well here.
Glad to see your shield is still intact.
Yeah. In my practice run, that part was really smooth and awesome. Yeah, it sort of turns this into a clumsy third-person shooter, but it's actually super helpful. Especially in cave ordeals. It is so useful in cave ordeals. But I think I end up using it for most of the rest of the run anyway. Because it's a nice skill to have that not a lot of people know about. Combine all 3 shards! He put all 3 of those shards in the Heradric Cube. Heradric Cube was so awesome.
It was. Because it helps you combine stuff, but...
Mostly because it's more inventory space.
Yeah. It's a bag of holding.
Not really, because aren't bag of holding, aren't those infinite? Or is it just hammers?
Nope, I don't think they're infinite.
Okay. Hammer space is infinite, though.
Yeah.
What happens if you put your bag of holding in... The video's over!